Franklin, one of the things I love about you is your memory is incredible. You know a lot about a lot. You do. You really do.
That means I can take a test. No. But I don't know how to fix a radio, so, you know.
Do we still have those? Yes, I guess. You just hit the button, right? Yeah. Okay, so we decided today, even though you and I have been friends, we decided to play Two Truths and a Lie.
Okay.
I texted you this morning asking if you would play it, and you were down with it.
Yep.
So you're going to read a series of things. We're each going to go a couple rounds, 3 rounds each, and I have to try to identify, we each have to try to identify what the lie is.
Okay.
If you get it, you get a point. Very simple. Simple as that, right? Okay.
Perfect.
You first.
Okay, round one.
Round one.
One, I had a chatty dinner with the playwright who wrote Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, Tennessee Williams.
Oh, you're
Two,
kidding.
I walked across the street with Tom Cruise and chatted him up. 3, I had a mani-pedi sitting across from Beyonce and Solange, but we didn't talk much.
Okay, this is tough because those all sound very feasible.
That's why they call it truth or lie.
I think the Tom Cruise one, walking across the street, is the lie.
Nope, that's the truth.
Are you kidding
Never
me?
met Beyonce.
Never met Beyonce.
Yeah, it was 1985. We're right there going across the street to Macy's at 6th Avenue and 34th.
Yeah.
And there he is, and he had done risky business, and that was kind of his only claim to fame. And I had an umbrella, and he didn't, but he had those sunglasses, and I kept looking, and not sunglasses. Then he looked in and gave me that big Tom Cruise smile. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. By the way, I'm a weatherman in Virginia. He was very nice. We got to Macy's. He patted me on the shoulder. He said, nice to meet you. Have a good trip in New York. Kind of to say, we're done here.
We're done talking.
You move on, and I'm going down to the bargain basement.
Yeah,
that's what he did.
Going down to buy some more tidy whities for Risky Business sequel. Okay, well, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I did not get a point for that. When I was 5, I broke my arm falling off the swing set. Mine are a little boring compared to yours, Frank. I used my sister's earrings to pierce my ears, also when I was 5. Also when I was 5, I was terrified of fireworks.
I don't believe the earring story.
The earring story is true. My sister's pearl stud ear. Happy birthday, Heather. Sorry about your earrings. And she was so excited because she had pierced ears and she was a grown-up and I wanted to be a grown-up. And her pearl stud earrings were there on the counter in the bathroom. So what did I do? I put them on by shoving them through my ears.
Perfect.
I know. Sounds
I lost
like me,
2.
right?
I didn't get a point either.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Okay, round 2. I slept on a roof in Greece.
Oh.
I broke into a closed hotel and slept there. I slept on a beach in Mexico.
I think you did not sleep on the beach in Mexico.
That's right. I
Really?
did not. I've never slept on a beach.
You sleeping on a roof and you breaking into a hotel. Totally.
Well, the hotel was during a hurricane, and they had abandoned the hotel, and we needed a place to sleep.
There you
So we
go.
broke in, and the bed was dirty, and I still slept in it.
Hey, a bed is a bed. Okay.
Go, go, go.
Okay, my turn. Once I was in a conference room for a business meeting, and there was a knock at the door. Turns out the people at the door, Angelina Jolie and Robert De Niro. Second, in high school, I was in a film with Melissa Joan Hart and Adrienne Grenier. In college, third question, or statement, in college, I was asked to play in a celebrity basketball game with Justin Timberlake.
I know you know Justin Timberlake. I know that.
I don't
so
think
I'm
our
not
viewers
going
know
with that.
Okay.
What was the second one?
Second one was in high school, I was in a movie with Melissa Joan Hart and Adrienne Grenier.
Lie. That's a lie.
Are you kidding? You didn't see Drive Me Crazy?
No.
You Drive Me Crazy.
Justin wasn't true. That's true, right?
Well, so the Angelina Jolie and Robert De Niro thing is true.
Okay.
I was in a meeting.
So you said
knock
you
at the
did
door.
3 truths.
No, the
Justin's
Justin
a lie?
Timberlake thing was not true. Yes, I do know him. However, I did not play in a basketball
that was
game
tricky.
with him. That was
Okay,
a
are
tricky
you ready?
I'm ready.
I got cornrows on the beach in Mexico. I got a tattoo in Kima, or I got my ear pierced in Montrose.
You did not get your ear pierced in Montrose.
I did.
You did? Where did it go? You don't wear earrings.
Well,
now.
no, it was back in 1995, and I was on a lark, and I said, this person said, I'll pay for the diamond if you get your ear pierced, and I said, okay.
No way.
So I did. I left it in a week, and I was like, I can't do this anymore.
What was the lie? The cornrows?
Yeah, the cornrows. Never had a cornrows.
I can't imagine you with the
I
cornrows.
don't have long enough hair to get cornrows.
I know about the tattoo because I've been to your pool. and
You've seen it.
I've seen your, yeah, it's a snow
There it
leopard.
is. It's a small little thing.
It's not small. It's your entire back. That is Frank's tattoo.
Kevin took that this morning, so you'd have a picture of it.
Oh, thank you, Kevin.
Yeah.
You're the best. Okay, do we have time for final round? We're done.
Oh, so you won.
But we're gonna save. We're
It's
gonna
your
save
show,
the good
so you
ones.
won.
Well, no.
I'm going to go on Jimmy Fallon. He always loses.
Wait, what's my fun fact? I always lose. Is that what you said? I let the guests win, Frank.
Perfect.
I let the guests win.
I won. So
Okay, we'll save the others for another day.
I'm still going to read them.